It's been one of those nights, Chad. Let's do a quick check real quick. Is the mic working? It is. Bring things down a little bit more. I want the music above the game, that's for sure. There we go. All right, welcome in everybody. Hope you're doing great. Hope you had a marvelous Monday. Day was pretty good today. Just you know, just kind of a vibe, trying to get through things and get stuff handled for work. So doing okay in that sense. Still a little overwhelming, but we're getting there. That's all that matters, right? So we made progress. So, oh, thanks for the follow, Crunchy. My Crunchy, my friend, my bestie. So, hope you're all doing well again. Like I said, we've been on our journey here, getting back into content creation, getting back on the bandwagon, as it were. So, glad to be back. We're going to be back on Shitoku Revival. It's SRP. It's my map. I just love this map. I'm driving a McLaren M12, M4, whatever it was. I can't remember now. Anyway, it's a McLaren. One of my favorite cars in the game to drive. Super relaxing. So, yeah. But, again, hope you had a marvelous Monday and that you had a day of accomplishments and relaxation, right? That's what's important. So, one thing I want to ask y'all to do today is we're going to start doing segments throughout the stream just to kind of spice it up a little bit. So the first segment is called Small Wins of the Day. We're going to start every stream with this. And it's basically where I invite you all to share one small thing you accomplished today, no matter how tiny. Okay? No big, nothing's too small to report or say, hey, I did this today. It could be as simple as, hey, you know what? I didn't feel like it, but I got out of bed. I got out of bed, maybe did a couple errands today and relaxed. Hey, I'm down with that. That's awesome. That's a win. So think about that. We're gonna get started. If I need to adjust any audio levels, please let me know. I'm trying to keep it where it's not so overwhelmingly loud. So I've dialed things back. I've got the mic back down a little bit more, and I've got the music and everything down a little more. So let me know what y'all need, and we'll take care of it. But with that said, let's get started. It made a month to chat. That is insane. I didn't know that, Crunchy. I'm sorry. Well, if you don't want to deal with the laziness of Kick, you can always jump on YouTube. That'd probably be a little easier for you. It should be pretty simple. I got it where everybody can talk. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that was a thing on Kick where you have to wait for so long. It's weird. All right, let's get started. Do have a little bit of force feedback on just to kind of keep it as realistic as possible, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's get on the road. Shit, tell them about those small wins today, or any win you had today. Love to hear about it. Hey, there's Crunchy. Yeah, I didn't know that Kick had such a weird 30-day thing. I don't know why. All right, so my win today would have to be I didn't get so frustrated that I wanted to give up today. That was my win for the day. Just to be honest, I didn't give in. I didn't shut down or try and eat my feelings today as much as I really wanted to. I just tried to keep myself under control. So maybe that's my win for the day. What's y'all's? Talk to me about it. We're gonna slide over here. Go the old way around the track first. Oh, this guy. Look at this guy. Being a crazy pants. Oh, now he moves over. Survive the cold weather? Fair. Absolutely fair. cold weather is so crazy. Like you think about it, like for me, I think about it in the summer and spring, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait for cooler weather when I can like not be so hot. And then colder weather gets here and I'm like, you know, my sinuses are all crazy and my head aches, and I'm like, you know what, I miss summer. I could deal with a little bit of allergies, but colds and everything else are just not my forte. We're off to a rough start with AI tonight. They're just like whooping over in front of me. Crazy. All right, let's see what happens here, chat. Take the passing lane. Excuse me. But I am so glad you survived the cold weather, because that is not for me. All right. Over the Rainbow Bridge. One of my favorite parts of this map, as we know, I love this bridge. All these new filters, like everything. I can't brag enough about it, chat. The person that made these filters is an absolute genius. Yeah, Bus, you better get back over there, silly. I was in his blind spot. It's okay. Well, maybe not. Never go this way. Right. 100%. You agree 100%. Absolutely. Let's see. Come on. I'll slide by y'all. Y'all just do your thing. Kicking. I'm really hoping these other maps I'm looking at work out as good as SRP does. Then we'll have some more awesome places to drive around. I still have to get High Force again. It's such a really beautiful map based in England. There's not as much to drive on, but it is a really beautiful map. So let's talk a little bit about, let's see here, what do we want to go with? So I know we're past October, or November, obviously, but there's never a wrong time to talk about being thankful for things. So let me ask you all, I'll do mine, and then you can bring yours up in chat as well. What are 3 things you're grateful for? You can keep it simple. It could be maybe just being at home, cozied up with a blanket. In a book, which is one of mine. Good music, the quiet, just anything that you all consider 3 things you're grateful for. Mine would have to be my, I want to sound corny here, my amazing wife. I'm thankful for my beautiful children, and I have to be thankful for those that have supported me in my journey on content creation. Awesome people that maybe saw more of what I anticipated to do than I even thought. You know, maybe they saw potential and somebody they could lean on as a friend. So those are my 3. Tell me all 3. I'm excited to hear about them. I am excited that YouTube chat is working so well, because it was not working well the other day. I don't know if it's a meld thing or if it's just Botrix, which it could definitely be Botrix, but I'm glad to see YouTube chat's working. Because I can see all your messages, Crunchy. That's awesome. Well, we're just gonna have a big bow up right here. I'm gonna go around you guys. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We're making progress now, chat. Hey, I was learning how to drive on this map tonight. It's one of those nights. And we'll go around. Excuse me, guys. Alrighty. I'm also like, one thing that's blowing my mind right now, and I've been thinking about it since we started back, is the whole dual PC thing, which is just, it's wild to me this was ever an option. You know what I mean? Because like I'm so used to a single PC setup that when I went to this, I was like, what do you mean I'm not slamming my computer with with the game and the stream and everything? What do you mean I can do that? I'm grateful for what the world has given me and making amazing friends to stick through thick and thin. Absolutely, 100% agree with that. That's an awesome thing to be grateful for, honestly. I love that. Absolutely. I'm telling you, there's when you can't replace, and that sounds weird, but like the way I say it, because I talk weird anyway, but like you can't over explain what it means to have people in your corner that you consider true friends and that are with you no matter what, whether you're right, wrong, unbiased. They're there for you. And it's even better whenever they're honest and they tell you the truth. You know what I mean? Because like a real friend will tell you the truth no matter how much it hurts, because they care about you and want to be honest with you. That's huge for me. I've got friends people think are absolute butts because they tell me the truth, like, Thomas, that ain't gonna work, you're not thinking this through. I'm like, oh. Then I realized I wasn't thinking all of it through and they were just trying to help me. So that's massive. Being thankful for good friends, that's awesome. People are gonna think we're doing no hezzy over here, me just flying through traffic. But it's a chill drive. Music is slapping tonight. I need to get my both my accounts set up for Upbeat so I can use their music on both streams. I think it has to be activated per channel, which is kind of odd, but we'll figure it out. I just don't want to stream the music and then get in trouble, so we'll see how it goes. I have like streaming on Kick and YouTube. That's been a nice thing, just to kind of not really start over, but just try something new, you know? These guys. Get ahead of this bus right here, maybe. Or we won't, because they're all bunching up right there. Can't find a good music player that would work for stream yet on Meld. I was gonna look and see if they had a widget for that. That'd be awesome. One of my friends. Hey, I appreciate you, Crunchy, anytime. I appreciate being one of your friends. It means a lot to me. All the support and helping me feel good about what I'm trying to do, and being there in the streams and supporting. That means more than you'll ever know and I could ever explain, especially because I can't talk. Especially because I can't talk. So it means a lot to me that to be one of your friends. I'm very honored. And you're one of my friends as well, so it goes both ways. Let's gear up and let's take the straightaway this time, chat. And then we'll change cars and put around for a little while, huh? I am working on this week's video. It will be on LA Canyons, which I'm excited about. I haven't been to LA Canyons in a while, so I'll go back over here. I'm excited to get back on that and put out a video for you all this Friday. I was so sick last Friday. Oh my gosh, chat, let me tell you. So I got up Friday morning and I felt a little off, but not bad. But as the day progressed, oh my gosh, chat, my eyes felt like they were gonna pop out of my head from like all the sinus pressure, and I feel sick in my stomach. I'm like, I can do this. Take some medicine, I'll feel better, get the video done and stream. I could not get out of bed. So I laid up in the bed most of the day Friday trying to get work done, but also like get myself better. I just couldn't. I felt so bad canceling stream, but I got to remember that I have to take care of myself, you know, and when I'm not feeling it, it's better to take the night off and rest and get better, so I'm not sicky pants trying to stream. I don't even know if I could have talked between the coughing and the hacking, and it just wasn't great. But we did put out a short today in a TikTok. I'm excited about. We're back on track with that. So, see how it goes from there. There's the famous Ferris wheel. So I need to show y'all sometime when I remember. If you go on Neon Turismo, there's, I think I counted, there's 5 Ferris wheels on that map, if I'm not mistaken. There's 4 or 5. I'm gonna be known as the Ferris wheel channel. It's not even about just the drives. It's this guy always finds the Ferris wheels and puts videos up about them. I'm in the SRP Discord. I may just be like, hey, do y'all have a version of the map you could send me that's just Ferris wheels? There's no building, it's just Ferris wheels for every building. It'd be entertaining, all that RGB, you know. Oh goodness. All right, let's see here what we're gonna do next. Another thing I want to bring in is a segment. It's going to be just kind of random when I do it, but it's affirmations from the passenger seat. So I'm going to try and just bring you all affirmations as we go. And the one I want to tell you now is, you are doing better than you think. Glad you're okay now. I appreciate that. I am, whew, it was rough, but I'm definitely glad I'm okay now. Thank you. I thought I was going to have to write my last will and testament last Friday. Jeez. Resizing that chat box, to be honest, just to make it a little bit lower. Don't want it to be too crazy into the scene there. I thought I'd already done that, but looks like I didn't do it. Here comes There's a little rest area spot. One of my favorites in the game. I heard a lot of people get very sick, so I put a 2 and 2 together. I made an old herbal room. Oh, there you go. That's awesome. See, I wish I was that smart, just to be like, oh yeah, I can put something together real quick to help prevent it at least, you know. Alright, we'll sit here a second while I resize chat box here. Just gonna crop it, I think. Yeah, cropping it safe. There we go. Now it's like not so crazy on the screen. I wish I was smart enough for herbal remedies. I need to be, honestly, but I'm what I call barbarian brained. It's very simple. It's just a glass of milk spilling over in there. It's about all I really have going on. Like Patrick from SpongeBob. It's a good SpongeBob reference. Oh gosh. All right. Scroll through my notes here. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I've got a list of different segments here on my stream PC. I can teach you how to appreciate that, because that's I can make mud. That's all I can make. I can make mud anytime, anywhere. I got you. All right. Good side. Okay. So we're going to take about 10 to 20 seconds, and I'm just going to do a breathe with me moment. So it's just a quick moment, nothing fancy. We're going to do about 10-15 seconds here of just slow in through your nose, out through your mouth. 10 to 15 seconds just to kind of help de-stress, kind of help relax a little bit. So we're going to start when I say go. We're going to do, like I said, in through your nose, out through your mouth, nice slow breath, 10 to 15 seconds. Are you ready? Set, go. All right, awesome job. All right, so we'll do these randomly throughout the stream just to kind of help keep everything nice and, nice and relaxed. All right. Now that we're good and relaxed out, hopefully you got your blankets and snacks ready. We're gonna hit the road again and keep going. This song is so good. I keep forgetting the name of it though, because it's like I don't hear it often enough to remember the name yet. Look on my phone real quick. Journey by Snapdragon. Song's so good, chat. This mix and others I use for streams are shared in the Discord, the Night Drive Lounge, in the I think it's a media share or one of those channels. I keep forgetting, but there's a channel designated for music, and those playlists are in there. So join the Discord and check it out. So one thing I want to ask y'all, just something to think about. First question is, what is something you're looking forward to this week? Maybe it's the weekend, maybe you've got a trip coming up or a special date or something going on. What's something you're looking forward to this week? To see you back. I appreciate that. We're trying to get back on track with it. Making a new medicine for diabetes. Really? That is awesome. I'm excited to hear more about that. See where that goes. I think for me, I'm looking forward to probably what we're doing this weekend. So my grandma, we were talking back in October, and my grandma needed a recliner. Yeah, one step at a time. Awesome. I'm excited for that. That is awesome. But my grandma has fibromyalgia and some other health issues, and her doctor mentioned she would need a recliner to help her put her feet up and blood flow. So she was trying to figure out how to get one and what she could do. So my mom reached out to all of us grandkids and her brother and said, "Hey, grandma would like a recliner. I thought about getting her one for Christmas." So I dove in head first. I was like, we're finding this out. Well, obviously, I don't know my grandma's taste in recliners that well. So I kind of had to pull a ruse, chat. I had to pretend that I was going shopping for me to get a recliner. And I was like, "Oh, Granny, would you want to go with me to look at recliners? I'm trying to shop and find one." "Oh, yeah, let's go." I take her to this place in town where I've been several times. And I said, "Hey, Grandma, I like these. What do you think?" She's like, "Oh, I don't want one like that." I'm like, "Okay, check." Right? I'm checking the list off. And then she sits in this one and she's like, "These others over here are nice. I'm going to try this one." So she sits down in it. She goes, "Oh, this is the most comfortable recliner." I was like, "Done, that one." So I sent a picture of it and I sent the tag with the price on it to the group chat. We all agreed that was the one. So the wife and I went that same week and we paid for it. And told everybody what the equal amount was to pay back or whatever, and then we ordered it, and we had to just decide on a weekend for it to deliver. Well, I picked the 13th, which would be this coming Saturday. And we told her at Thanksgiving she's getting a new chair. And of course, she squalled, and she was like, "You didn't have to do that. I'm just so expensive." I'm like, "Yeah, but Granny, it's the least we can do." And so I'm looking forward to her getting her recliner this weekend. And the lady at the store, it was a different lady, but she made sure that I got the exact recliner she sat in, so she gets the one she wanted. Super awesome. But I say that to go into, I'm looking forward to spending time with my granny each week, including this. We go every Friday, me and the kids go over after they get out of school, and we just spend time with her, sit with her for a few hours, talk to her, check in her day, and see how she's doing. And it's important, so for me, that's what I'm looking forward to this week, is spending time with her and her getting her recliner. Now, sounds good. It is. I love my granny. My granny and my great granny did a lot for us growing up, and it means a lot to do anything for them, I'm big on family, if that explains it better. Dang, Chad, it's already been 30 minutes? I didn't realize it's been that 30 minutes had gone by that quick. That's wild. I do gotta say, there's one thing I love about this playlist, and I brag on it a lot because this playlist is so well put together. Even when you put it on random like we have now, or shuffle, it's always got a good song that fits the moment. Like this song is upbeat, but it's relaxing. It's got nice tones. I can't get over this playlist, Chad. It hits the right mood every time. Slide over here and make some room for these other people. I bet I have. I have to wait a second. Yeah, it's acting weird again. Well, find a spot and I'll fix it. I think I'm having a weird bug where, like, if I'm not streaming and gaming, everything seems to be pretty good for the most part. But if I do anything, like especially with streaming, my beacon likes to freeze up. I create. It's a little weird. So let me pause here in a minute and fix it. I'll find a good spot to pull over here. Okay, blinker turn off. There we go. emotes. See, I'm not used to the YouTube stuff yet. That's cool though. They got little emotes like that. I need to get mine on there at some point. I'm gonna let me add them. I don't know if I can add them now or not, to be honest. That's a good question for after stream. I'll look into it. This is what I always call the green bridge with the red eyes on top for the little lights. There we go. Oh, excuse me, my guy. Just blocking the way there. Look at my boy getting it. I love it. Love that car. It's a Toyota in the AE86. I think that was what that was called. Drove it one of the last few videos. The car's great. Alright, probably. Oh yeah, we gotta take this exit. Because that bridge up ahead doesn't work on this one. See, I almost forgot, chat. But we didn't. We're good now. Oh, nice. Yeah. I was like, uh-oh. Don't want to forget that. That'd be terrifying. I actually forgot that bridge was well, it's kind of hard to explain because, like, there's SRP, but then there's different versions of SRP. So you can drive the map in different versions from different locations. But on traffic side, which is this one, some of the areas you can normally access on one version aren't open on this one. So the bridge I normally cross in my open version is only halfway open on this one. So after so far, it's completely invisible. I didn't think about it because I've driven this map for so long on the free roam. I just kept driving. And then I'm like, uh-oh, where'd the rest of the bridge go? And it's kind of like the Looney Tunes, you know, where like Wile E. Coyote was still in air for a little bit and then he realized and then dropped. That's basically what happened. I wasn't chasing the Roadrunner, but I fell anyway. So I've had to learn to take these exits pretty quick. That way I don't, you know, cause a jump scare. It's like I'll relax the first hour of his stream and then he jump scared me with a half open bridge and there we were. We were in the ocean. Just close McLaren. I love this McLaren though, chat. It just rides so good. It has good traction. The interior of this car is really well done. Still not my favorite interior. BMW M4 is still my favorite. That's the one I brag on all the time. Now, I did drive a Challenger. I've got a Dodge Challenger, which we can drive next if y'all want. It's got a really nice interior. I think it's an SRT. Really, really well done car. I just don't know how it handles rain. It's the only thing I got to look at. Oh, here we go. Almost to the swapping point where we'll change cars here and try something different. Mazda RX-7, I believe, next to us. RX-8. Is it sad that I can pick all the cars and still forget what they are? Let's see if we can found us a telephone spot. We'll try that out. Oh, it actually opened. It actually fixed us. Hang on. Okay, it's at 59. I think the giveaway that it wasn't working is that whenever you followed Crunchy, it didn't give me a notification. I was like, that's where I didn't hear anything, and then I realized, oh, it's still muted. I'll go around all that traffic so it doesn't block us up. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I gotta figure, I might have to reinstall Beacon and update it again and see if that fixes it. Because everything else works fine. Just my Beacon Mix Create just suddenly won't change. It won't change what channels it's showing, and it won't automatically show like what I've done to the dial, like turning it up and down. I'll turn the dial and like I can just watch it. It won't do anything for about 10 seconds, then it'll suddenly just drop the audio, so had to fight my way over there to it, but we got it now. It's turned up. All right. Minus a few hiccups, this hasn't been a bad night on SRP. Excuse me, coming through. Another thing I did this week, which I just now thought about, remembered, is I went through looking at Moza, it's called Moza, racing wheels and pedal setups, and I priced out a more professional style, more higher grade, I guess I should say, wheel and pedal system. And it's not cheap, but it's if I wanted to improve what I've got, just another option. I was like, I'll think about that for sure. I just don't have the room for a big, crazy frame. That's the only thing that's kind of a drawback to going all in on a nice frame, is I have nowhere to really put it. So, but if we get a house next year, which we're supposed to be looking at a house next year, me and the wife, maybe I'll try and find a nice big spare room where I could do all that in. Interesting, yeah, right. I've been watching a guy called Goosiest. He's a car sim streamer on YouTube, and his racing wheels are Moza, and I'm like, I gotta check this out. Moza or Morza, I can't remember which one it is. I'm awful with names of brands, but yeah, it looks really cool. Oh, excuse me. Oh, this is the track with birds. Get little birds chirping throughout it. Should be coming up on. Go us. Yeah, I definitely want to do at some point have like an actual sim setup, but it just be like, it's just figuring out like what pieces, you know what I mean? Like build that puzzle and how. And we'll get there though. It'll just take a little bit. All right, this looks like a good spot. We'll whoop in here real quick. There we go. Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, I'd be excited to do it. It'd be interesting to see how that would work out. What kind of rig we could get. Right, I'm gonna save this replay. I can remember, chat, to save the replay. And it is. There it goes. Nice. Exit that. Okay. So now let's pick something else. I wonder if that's a kick setting, by the way, on having to wait a month to chat. Never heard of that. Let me check that out real quick. Me mute my opera so it doesn't go crazy on you. That's definitely a new one on me. Settings. Okay, I've got 2FA done. It's kind of weird there isn't a full settings option like you would see like on Twitch, you know. Stream info. There's nothing on here that says has any settings for chat. Okay, there's just chat settings, identity, badges. See here if I can look it up, because you got me curious about that now. I didn't know that was a thing. Setting to turn off. Let's see. Creator dashboard. Okay. Let's try this. On the left-hand sidebar. Dashboard, navigate to creator dashboard, which I have done. Okay, channel, creator dashboard. Keep muting the tab and it keeps coming unmuted. It's like, oh no, there it is. Account, okay, off. I found it. It's in, okay, so now Kick should be open. That's the way it should work, because I just confirmed that. So channel actions and then account age restriction should be off. I didn't know that was the thing. That's wild. Okay, well it should be off now. Okay. Set some goals. Set a follower goal. Let's just do 50. Let's do something reasonable. So 50. End date. What do you think, chat? What's a fair end date? Let's say the end of the month. Let's see if we can get 50. I think that's fair. If we're active and we're doing our thing, 50 should be a decent goal. All right. Hopefully that worked for you, Crunchy. That way Kicked isn't being a butt. I did not know that was a thing, so I apologize. I know now it should be turned off so you can access Kick Chat whenever you feel free. All right, so now let's change cars. What are we gonna go with, chat? Let's see. We've got Mazdas. I was really thinking about driving that Dodge again, to be honest. It's a Hellcat SRT. Challenger. What color are we thinking, chat? We've got. Let's bring you out then. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, like I said, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I hit the wrong button. I didn't know that was a thing. So let's see here. We've got black. I can make it a little bigger, can I? Yeah. So we've got black, blue, purple, orange, gray, more like a silver, green, hot rod red, maroon color, a burgundy. That is a really pretty color, to be honest. Is there like a full... That does. If there's a mod, sometimes this won't work. That is a pretty burgundy color. Yeah, that's the interior in this car. It looks amazing. I think that's fair. Let's do this burgundy. What do you think, chat? And same map. Just go the opposite direction. I think that'll work. Razgriz. Hey, Razgriz hit me up. Sweet. All right, my Razgriz. I ain't talked to him in so long. That's awesome. All right, here we go, chat. Let's get this thing fired up. Oh, yeah. I don't usually do this. I'm going to try this on here. I'm trying to move some things around. Make them full screen. I want to get them up. Oh, that is perfect, chat. Sweet. Alright, so if you've ever wondered how I do this, I'll show you all the behind the scenes here, I guess. Alright, so if you get the mods, you can get all the crazy mods, but you need content manager for Assetto. So you need Assetto Corsa, then content manager. And then from content manager, you can go to what they call, I think it's called race department now. But you get, you can go through Patreons to get soul weather and pure weather. And then you need to get a preview version of CSP or custom shaders patch. When you have all those together, you can then make pure work, which pure is how I have all my weather options. You can see all the weather here. You can even have snow if you want, heavy snow, light snow, and this will automatically change depending on the temperature of the map you're in as well. So if the map is getting colder and you have rain on, it will eventually become snow. So you can have all kinds of stuff. This is just heavy rain if you don't want any thunderstorm. I like the thunderstorm vibe. I'm a storm kind of person. You can do windy, you can do dust, which would be more background there, fog, which would be heavy fog here, tornado style, but that's not really great. That's squalls, which is just heavy rain from like storms. We're not gonna go that route. We're gonna keep it to the thunderstorms and relaxing. So if you ever want to get into that kind of stuff, definitely reach out. I can help with that because it's really cool at how detailed. Like this, what you see here is called a PP filter, a post-processing filter, and it just makes everything look. If you take the original game, what this looks like, and then you compare it to this, it's night and day. It's a huge difference. Message this lovely legend back here. Awesome. So good to hear from Razgriz. It's been so long. People that I haven't talked to in a long time. It's just nice to see them pop in and be like, hey, I hope you're doing well. Hope the family's well. I'm like, oh, absolute sweetheart. All right, so let's take this Challenger SRT for a little drive, shall we? We're going to turn around here and go the opposite direction. Raz Grizz. I was just talking about you, my friend. How you been? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, just telling Crunchy I saw your message and I was like, oh my gosh. And good, awesome. Glad to hear it. So we've been talking a little bit, and after popping in, I'll ask you some questions, my fine friend. So we talked earlier about some wins of the day. So what's a small win we have, no matter how small? Mine I mentioned earlier was, surviving the day, even though I felt like I wanted to give in. I mean, it was a good. I stayed strong as I could, Crunchy mentioned surviving the cold weather, which I totally give all the credit for because it's hard to survive this cold weather. So what's a small win for you today? Or even a big win, who knows, right? And my bro, that's fair. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good win right there. That's my kind of day right there. Hanging out with a bro. Shoot, you can't beat that. I gotta schedule me in some bro time before long. Taking a break from work. Oh, right on. You gotta take them breaks. Nothing wrong with a good break from work. And this new job I started, or new position I started in July it's kind of flipped my world upside down, because before I was stressed all the time and I was freaking out and just a lot of pressure, and I had to be on all the time. And then I got this new job with this new boss in the same company, and he isn't like right on top of me all the time for stuff. He's kind of, he manages from a distance, and I respect that, because I used to work for somebody that was a micromanager, and it was just way more stress than I could handle. But now that I work for somebody that gives me space, it's a game changer. Absolute game changer. I hope you enjoy your break from work. I really do. Get some you time in. Right. Let's just slide over here. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Just kind of going along with the crowd here until we get by this Prius. Micromanager sucks. Yes, it was. It'd be one thing if the micromanaging at least was realistic, like I had realistic goals and deadlines, but it was like perfection every day. And no one's perfect. I'm never going to claim to be perfect and know everything, because you really can't. It's just too much for one person to know everything, especially in the business that I'm in. So I always tell them I know enough to get me in trouble, right? So it's different. It's a good different. He checks in weekly with me, how I'm doing, what's my mindset like, am I still happy? Unstressed, right? Unneeded stress, exactly. It's not worth it. So like I said, new guys checking in on me weekly. We make sure I'm okay. We double check, if I'm still on task. If I'm not, how can he help? Like it's really different. And I appreciate that more than he realizes, I guess what I'm trying to say is a boss that really cares that deeply it's one, it feels like it's hard to find, but two, you don't know how to react. It's almost like I'm nervous just to be nervous. Like, is this all a ruse? Is it, not to be negative, but it's just how you feel. Oh, this song's so good too. It's a complete vibe, Chad. Better off decision. It really was. And my wife and kids are better off for it, not just me. It's better for them. It was better for our schedules. I have a little more freedom than I did before. It's way better. And that's the whole reason I can come back to streaming is I'm not under so much pressure where I don't feel like, streaming or making a video or doing anything like that. Back then I just want to crawl in a ball, to be honest. And it wasn't good for my mental health. And I'm a, me, any length of time, I'm a pretty big advocate for that is your mental health and your emotional health and well-being. My TikTok today was talking about, trying to run yourself on low or no battery. You wouldn't drive your car with no gas in it. So don't run yourself when your battery's already low, take a break. Look where you are. Exactly. You gotta look where you are. Absolutely. Absolute truth. All right. Now that we're in between tracks, let's see here. I need to give you some more affirmations up there. Liking kick. I like it okay so far. Not to get too wordy, because I can get that way between work and just life in general, but I saw all the stuff going on with Twitch and all the drama, and then, creators and what happened to a lot of them there wasn't any kind of justice or consequence for those doing the actions. And I just kind of thought, what, Twitch is just not for me. It's not a place that I feel I can grow what I'm doing. I mean, I had a good following. I'd worked hard, but as far as what Twitch promotes and what Twitch accepts, I just can't. It goes against what I believe in. So I was like, I'll try Kick. I know Kick is hit pretty hard for a gambling site, but I've met some pretty decent people on here that just want to have fun and stream, and I relate to that. So that's kind of where I'm at with Kick. Can't push yourself too hard. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, rebuilding is always tough. It is tough, but I thought about it and I'm like, if I restart and I do honestly build it from the ground up, because I'll be honest with you, I did a lot of community discords that were about Twitch and helping each other grow and all that work you put into it, which is great. I'm not denying that and not knocking it, because it worked out for a lot of people and it's great. But I was also in a very difficult time in my life, and I was making a lot of random decisions and changes, so I hurt myself on Twitch by being, what was that, at one point I was a variety streamer, and then I was a solo game streamer, and then I was something else, and then I was like, you know what, I just want to rebrand and do relaxed content. By the time at that point on Twitch, I'd been known for Helldivers 2 and Left 4 Dead 2 and some other games I was playing, so it kind of killed all my growth switching up so much. So I'm like, you know what, fresh start, new platform. Battlefield, yeah, exactly, Battlefield 2042, I was in that for a while. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just focus on one thing, which is what makes me happy, and just go from there, and restart and just see what happens. And PvP games for my anxiety just aren't great anymore. I used to be PvP. Well, actually, I think Overwatch 2 was my other big one, Overwatch and Overwatch 2. Don't listen to the say right. It was hard, why aren't you playing this anymore? Why are you doing this? And people just quit coming, and I'm like, oh, is it because I'm not doing the content I was doing, which got me started? So it's all right though. I'm happy now. I'm content with what we're doing. I feel like I'm having a more positive impact with this content than I was the other content, because I was getting pretty negative. I'll be honest with y'all. I was a negative butt at times. Just a negative Nancy. You've been, past makes you better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Never forget your past. I think I'm grateful for what all I had done on Twitch and grown. But I think I'd also kind of made myself blind to some of the overlying issues with Twitch, as far as, you know, like I said, the content that was on there, how they let things go that they shouldn't go. I mean, it's talked about everywhere, but just all the different creator issues, you know, people have being harassed and abused on stream and it never being caught or never being reported or nothing ever happening, you know. I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to be associated with that. I think a site that people pick on for gambling versus a site that has really bad stuff on it is a better decision, you know. So we'll see how it plays out though. I'm still on YouTube though. That's still I think YouTube is my home platform of the three. So I'll tell you what, I remember back when I was doing only YouTube and my internet speed was, get this, I had Frontier. We were paying, it's like any big corp, the big enough to not care. Exactly. And for me, you know, I get being a big org because I work for a big company, and it's a huge company. Like I'm not going to talk about it on stream. I think I've mentioned it a couple times in passing, but I work for a very large manufactured home builder in the U.S. and there is a part where it's like they don't care, but there's also a part where there's enough people that care higher up to take note and make changes. And for me, that's what needs to happen on Twitch. There needs to be enough people at the top to say, hey, you know, we really can't be letting this happen on the platform. We should be doing something against it, even if it's a minute thing at first. Any kind of action's better than none. But so far, there hasn't been anything from Twitch to say they're going to do any. Like, I'll give you an example. You know, with what happened to poor Imaru. You know, the guy did that to her at TwitchCon. You know, in front of everybody. And their first response was to ban him on Twitch for 30 days. I'm sorry, what? If someone did to her what did to me what they did to her, it would not be a 30-day ban on Twitch. That'd be my concern. There would be heavy legal repercussions for that, you know. So that started it, and then everything happening with the political side of things and the attacks between different content creators, I got away from it. It's more peaceful that way. I like my peace. I prefer peace. So I'm just gonna watch from afar and just start over. Fresh start. I see no problem with that. So why is this Hellcat driving so good? I don't understand. This Challenger is just like cruising on this track. I can't make it break free. It's just loving. I guess this is my next rain car then, because this thing just cruises. Peace is good. Absolutely crunchy. Nothing wrong with that. The two most important things to me are the peace of me and my family and my boundaries being respected. I'm a huge person on boundaries, Chad. And it sounds so odd sometimes when I hear myself say it. It's like, what do you mean boundaries? It's like, well, anything. You know, you have boundaries in life. There's things you will and won't accept. They should be respected, even if it is something you can't you know, touch or feel or see yourself, somebody's boundaries are just as important, you know, as your own. I haven't seen a train yet tonight. We're right by the tracks. Should have seen a train by now. Oh well. I'm gonna try and cruise and move these little windows over because I realized I blocked my timer. And I used my timer just to make sure I'm still on track. So, sorry about that if I'm swerving like crazy. So, let me ask y'all, chat. Just do a unwind check-in. So, how's y'all stress level from 1 to 10? And if it's above a 6, what might bring it down? Right? So, if you're at a 6 or 7, you know, what do you do that might bring it down? For me, I'm at about a 3, personally. Get a 2, awesome. Around a 4, okay. All right. So you think you both are on the way down to a lower number, or you're on your way up to a higher number? And if so, if you're on the way up to a higher number, what's some things you could do? Now, about normal? Okay. All right. So what are some things you like to do to help keep that number low? Let me ask that question then. Maybe it's gaming, maybe it's just sitting around the house and relaxing. Music, there you go, that's a good one. One of my personal favorites is music. Any kind of music. I listen to stuff that would make people question me. Gaming for sure, oh yeah. So what's your favorite unwinding game then, Raz, if you don't mind me asking? Building PC, Oblivion. Okay. Oh, right on. Oblivion Remastered. Heck yeah. For now, okay. Gaming, music, and gardening. Right on. Also, if you didn't know about this, Raz, just a heads up. There's such a thing as purple green beans. I know, I sound crazy. I sound like I maybe read Dr. Seuss a few times. Crunchy proved to me there's such thing as purple green beans, which is it's still a fascination of mine now. How I've eaten green beans my whole life, loved them, and didn't know any of them were purple. Game, music, and gardening. Crunchy is an incredible, was it Terraria that you play, Crunchy, that you're like insane at? Because I can't. So good. I think mine definitely has to be gaming, and I still love playing such a mix though. It's gonna sound like two opposite ends of the spectrum. I like playing Helldivers 2, and then I also like playing Soulstone Survivors, Minecraft, and Terraria. Oh, okay, respect. It's so good. Yes, you're not wrong. Not wrong at all. But Gruncher's like, yes. I love it. I used to play Minecraft at one time, then I don't know why I ever stopped. I think it's because we all had a server, a bunch of friends and I did together. But they ended up getting like so far ahead of me that I just couldn't keep up with work. I'll send a pic of PC that I'm working on. And oh, awesome. Yeah, send that thing. I'm excited to see that. Yeah, shoot me a picture of that. I love PC builds. That's like people like watching those like most satisfying compilations, you know, where they like cut like the soap into chips or whatever. For me, it's like people sending PC builds. Oh, nothing better. Give me a good Starbucks coffee and like a PC build section. I'm good all day. I need to update another picture of my build, but I haven't done it yet. I've been kind of lazy and slacking on that one. Because I used to have 3 monitors and 2 PCs up here, and I'm like, well, 1 PC and 3 monitors. And I put a PC up here, so it took 1 monitor, and then the gaming PC had 2, and I was like, it's just too much space. So I ended up minimizing it down, where I've got 1 for each, and it's a little better, but it's still a work in progress. If I had to be honest, my dream PC, if I could build it today, would be a desk PC. What channel a good place? Drop it in the media share, I think. It should be one that's like that one should be fine to drop it in. Yeah, any kind of pictures you can drop in there if you want. It's not a problem. I'll make sure I got the channel name right while we're stuck in this little traffic jam. Yeah, media drop. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, media drop would be great. That's for any kind of pictures we can drop in there. AI should fix this in just a second. There it goes. There it goes. I'm excited to check it out after stream. That'll be awesome. I'll reply with a pic of what I've got now. Let's see, Tanagawa Parkway. Okay. All right, so trying to read through all my little notes here again. Did all that stuff already. Did that too. Okay, just keeping track of everything I got going on here. Carlbot login, okay. Carlbot's talking to me. He's like, hey, things are happening in your Discord. I'm like, bro, I know. Chill. Alright, traffic. What are y'all doing? Y'all are crazy. There we go, that sounds good. This car even feels good to drive from the first person perspective. It's kilometers an hour, by the way. It's not miles an hour. One of my TikToks, somebody commented on there and said, how does a car go 300 miles an hour? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I looked and it was 300 kilometers an hour. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. It's not that fast, guys. Oh, right on. Is your Discord? Okay, right on. Oh, jeez. wind it down here, find us a nice spot. Now we got the vibes going right, texting and driving. No, absolutely, right? Even digitally. Matter of fact, I think there's been, what, 2 streamers on Twitch and Kick, I think, that have been banned for texting and driving, and they both caused accidents. I was like, A couple of my friends on X shared it, and I'm like, holy cow, yeah, this girl was streaming on Twitch, streaming on a platform. I'm not sure which one, I can't say for sure. But she's streaming, and then she's looking at the chat, like, just away from the road, like, you know. And then, like, she looks back, and she looks back at her phone, and then she hits a car. The other one, the guy spun his car out, flipped it, and wrecked. And I was like, oh my gosh. It's a funny story on Twitch, though. I'll tell you this, a little funny story about when I started streaming this stuff on Twitch. So there for a while, I would stream from the first person view, you know, where I'm behind the wheel. I got an email from, what was that email from? The person's name. They were a Twitch mod. And they emailed me and said, that it's against TOS on Twitch to drive and stream. And I was like, well, you know, what are you talking about? I said, I'm not driving and streaming. It's like, well, I was just in your stream and it's against TOS. You can't be driving a car. I was like, I'm not driving a car. I do sim content. And they realized then that I do driving sim content. It wasn't actually me driving. I don't know how they picked that up. But I had a whole conversation with Twitch offline. It's like a couple weeks after I started streaming Assetto Corsa. And it cracked me up for a while after that, because it's this random dude just emails me like, hey, you're driving on Twitch. That's a bannable offense. I'm like, what are you talking about? I could have been suspended, something else. I'm like, bro, I promise you I'm not driving. I had a good chuckle about that for a while. All right, come on, buddy. Okay, there we go. There's a little spot, I think. Don't want to cause an accident here. We're just going to squeeze between. Thank you. Appreciate you very much. What is that? What is Control Center doing? Let me pause this. Let me see what my car robot's doing. It's doing something weird. All right, we're gonna just pull over here. Car robot's having a fit with you, Razgriz, I think. All right, there we go. That was a good one anyway. That's a good run on that car. I'm pretty shocked that I didn't do it. Me either. I don't know what it's doing. I'm gonna go find out real quick, because it's putting a bunch of messages up, making me nervous. All right, let me save this replay before the audio gets hung up again. Let's see what this what my lovely car robot's got going on. I've got everything set low so he doesn't do anything crazy, but I make no promises. He's a wild boy. Okay. All right, let's see what he's got going on here. Car robot. Spamming he's not spamming attachments. Oh my goodness. I know what he's doing. He's being crazy. I got you. Just 1 second. Okay, what is going on? Open in mod view. Car robot, what are you doing, my friend? Rolls. Okay, that's done. Okay. Offender. Placed on mute. Okay. I need to set up moderator a little bit better. Okay, you're good now. All right, let's check this out. We'll check it out here go back up on capture screen here. Yeah, I'll tell Carl about to chill out. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh my gosh. Hang on a minute. Fix. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, I did put two. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, RTX. Ooh, fancy. Oh, I love that monitor. It was like a 49-inch. That's a beautiful monitor. Yeah, I love this setup. All the anime waifus within reach on the wall. Oh my God, I have this same painting in scrolls next to my setup. I love the Great Wave photo. It's sad, but it's also an amazing photo. Oh, look at this. This right here I respect. Got the screwdriver bits out. Ooh, media controls. Nice sub speakers. I'm jelly. All right, let's go to the next one. Ooh, that night view. Oh, that's bussin'. I love that purple on that desk. Didn't tell me you were an artist. Oh, look, it's a sensor panel right here. Oh, that is dope. I love that. See, that runs down through there. Oh, yeah. Looks like potentially an old mic arm or something you got that attached to. That is beautiful. I love this case too. All the magnet little tiles on the front. Oh, absolute artist. I love it. I love it. All right, hang on a second here. I'll post my what I call my beater in there. Let's see. There you go. There's what I'm rocking now after I move monitors around and all that junk. So there's my Great Wave on scrolls. Oh, I should delete out of the way. So I got it on 3 different scrolls. My whole theme is Giyu from Demon Slayer. So it's different background now. Now I've got him sitting in like this beautiful like mountain range. But funny story on this desk. I don't know if you know the story behind this desk or not. So I went and did the whole like IKEA desk hack thing. So the Alex drawers, the little feeties to rise it up. This is a literal countertop. Because I eat in here and I don't want to have to worry about like getting anything on my desk that, you know, so it's a countertop. It's going to be dirty anyway, so it's treated for it. Just clean it off and be done with it. But that is the game PC i7 14700K and a 4070 Ti Super. I love that thing. This old monstrosity, which I love to death. She's reliable. I can't knock her. She's in that good old 011 dynamic case. That is a Ryzen 3900X. I've got it undervolted and slightly underclocked to make temps better, and then a RX 6800 XT if I could talk. This thing's it's still a monster, but yeah, that's my beater. It used to be like. This was turned sideways and I had 3 monitors. That was here. It was a lot. So it's a lot cleaner than it was, thank goodness. But all right, Crunchy, your turn. Share all the photos. I love it. I'm gonna love this because that's just awesome. Told you I love rigs. I love them so much. So I will tell Carlbot to cool off though. Carlbot's been a butt. You can see there it's freaking out. You were posting pictures for whatever reason. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But either way, yeah, that's my Giyu background now. Let's see if I can save this and minimize everything. Bring my boys peeking over the valley. It's a beautiful picture. So, all right, put my ugly mug back on screen now. Oh, block your eyes. All right, so thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out. And hopefully you got to relax some tonight. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. We'll be back on I have a PS5 and a laptop. Hey, I'm down. Pictures all day. We'll be back on Wednesday night since that's our new schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock is when I start. So be back then, and we'll do some more cruising around. Maybe we'll do some LA Canyons cruising again. I really do love that map. So, as always, thank you, Rascals, for being here. Thank you, Crunchy, for being here. Y'all are amazing as always. My besties. I'll see y'all Wednesday. So, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember your worth. Remember you're worth it. And I will see you, lovely legends, on Wednesday. One more pick, lols. Hey, put them in there. I'm down with it. So, I'll see you, lovelies, Wednesday. Okay? Until then, take care of yourselves. Love each other. Talk to you later. Take it easy.